The core teachings of Nichiren Buddhism revolve around the profound belief that all beings possess the inherent Buddha nature, an innate enlightened state that transcends the shackles of suffering and ignorance. At the heart of this philosophy lies the Lotus Sutra, a sacred text revered as the quintessential expression of Shakyamuni Buddha's ultimate teachings. Nichiren Daishonin, the 13th-century Japanese Buddhist monk and founder of this school of thought, advocated for the unwavering devotion to the Lotus Sutra as the sole means to attain enlightenment in the present lifetime. His unwavering conviction stemmed from the profound realization that the Lotus Sutra encapsulates the universal truth applicable to all beings, regardless of their circumstances or perceived limitations. If you care anything about your personal security, you should first of all reverence and embrace the Lotus Sutra, and never allow doubt of it to arise. Nichiren Daishonin's teachings emphasize the practice of chanting Myoho Renge, a sacred mantra that encapsulates the essence of the Lotus Sutra. This practice, known as the Daimoku, is believed to unlock the inherent Buddha nature within each individual, enabling them to cultivate wisdom, courage, and compassion amidst the adversities of daily life. Myoho Renge is the powerful cause that will endow us with supreme wisdom and a state of attainment equal to that of the Buddha. Nichiren Buddhism places a strong emphasis on the interconnectedness of all life, rejecting the notion of a transcendent deity separate from the human realm. Instead, it embraces the idea that the Buddha nature exists within each individual, awaiting awakening through the diligent practice of the Daimoku and the unwavering faith in the Lotus Sutra. If you want to free yourself from the sufferings of birth and death, that the only way to experience the sublime state of Buddhahood and put an end to the cycle of birth and death is to embrace the one essential teaching, the truth of the wonderful Dharma of the Lotus Sutra. The teachings of Nichiren Buddhism also underscore the importance of engaging in compassionate actions and striving to create a harmonious society. Nichiren Daishonin believed that by embracing the Lotus Sutra and chanting Myoho Renge, individuals could cultivate the wisdom and courage to confront the injustices and sufferings of the world, ultimately contributing to the establishment of a peaceful and enlightened society. The seed of Buddhahood exists in the lives of ordinary people as well as those of extraordinary ability. The only difference is that some have chanted the Daimoku and revealed this seed, while others have not. Moreover, Nichiren Buddhism encourages a spirit of perseverance and unwavering determination in the face of adversity. Nichiren Daishonin himself endured numerous hardships and persecutions for his beliefs, yet he remained steadfast in his conviction, inspiring generations of followers to embrace the Lotus Sutra's teachings with unwavering faith and resilience. If you care anything about your personal security, you should first of all embrace the sublime truth of the Lotus Sutra, the heart of the Buddha's teachings, and never allow doubts of it to arise. In essence, the core teachings of Nichiren Buddhism revolve around the profound belief in the inherent Buddha nature within all beings, the unwavering devotion to the Lotus Sutra as the ultimate expression of enlightenment, and the transformative power of chanting Myoho Renge. These teachings encourage individuals to cultivate wisdom, compassion, and perseverance, ultimately contributing to the establishment of a harmonious and enlightened society. Nichiren Daishonin's teachings emphasize the universal applicability of the Lotus Sutra, transcending the boundaries of race, gender, or social status. He believed that the profound truths contained within its pages held the key to unlocking the enlightened potential within every human being, regardless of their circumstances or perceived limitations. The Daimoku of the Lotus Sutra is the seed of Buddhahood, and this seed is sown in the lives of all people, both men and women, in the present world as well as in the worlds of the past and future. Nichiren Daishonin's teachings also emphasize the importance of faith and unwavering belief in the Lotus Sutra's teachings. He believed that true faith was not a passive acceptance but rather an active, courageous pursuit of the truth, even in the face of adversity and persecution. Even if the entire world became my enemy, I would still embrace the Lotus Sutra and never let it go. This unwavering faith and determination were not merely abstract concepts but lived experiences for Nichiren Daishonin, who endured numerous hardships and persecutions for his beliefs. His resilience and steadfastness in the face of adversity serve as an inspiration to his followers, reminding them of the transformative power of faith and the importance of persevering in the face of challenges. No matter what, persevere in embracing the Lotus Sutra. If you do so, no one can prevent you from attaining Buddhahood. Furthermore, Nichiren Buddhism encourages a proactive approach to personal and societal transformation. Nichiren Daishonin believed that by embracing the Lotus Sutra's teachings and chanting Myoho Renge, individuals could cultivate the wisdom and courage necessary to confront the injustices and sufferings of the world, ultimately contributing to the establishment of a peaceful and enlightened society. If you want to attain Buddhahood in this lifetime, you must first of all be firm in faith and believe in the Buddha's teachings. Then, by practicing the Lotus Sutra, you can open the door to the wonderful fruit of Buddhahood. This proactive approach is exemplified by the concept of human revolution, a term coined by Daisaku Ikeda, a prominent Nichiren Buddhist scholar and leader. Human revolution refers to the transformative process of inner change that occurs when individuals embrace the Lotus Sutra's teachings and strive to manifest their inherent Buddha nature. True change can only begin when we achieve a revolution within our own lives. When we transform our inner selves, we transform the world around us. Ultimately, the core teachings of Nichiren Buddhism are rooted in the profound belief in the inherent Buddha nature within all beings, the transformative power of chanting Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, and the unwavering commitment to the Lotus Sutra as the ultimate expression of enlightenment. These teachings encourage individuals to cultivate wisdom, compassion, and perseverance, while actively striving to create a harmonious and enlightened society through their own personal transformation and proactive engagement with the world around them. The teachings of Nichiren Buddhism extend beyond personal spiritual cultivation and encompass a holistic approach to creating value in society. Nichiren Daishonin believed that by embracing the Lotus Sutra's teachings and chanting Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, individuals could not only unlock their inherent Buddha nature but also contribute to the betterment of the world around them. If you want to make the country prosperous and the people happy, you should first of all embrace the mystic law of the Lotus Sutra. This belief in the interconnectedness of personal enlightenment and societal transformation is deeply rooted in the Lotus Sutra's teachings, which emphasize the indivisibility of the individual and the environment. Nichiren Daishonin recognized that by cultivating wisdom, compassion, and courage through the practice of chanting Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, individuals could become agents of positive change, working towards the establishment of a peaceful and harmonious society. The Lotus Sutra is the king of sutras, capable of leading all people to the way of absolute freedom and equality. One of the core principles of Nichiren Buddhism is the belief in the inherent dignity and equality of all beings. Nichiren Daishonin rejected the prevailing societal hierarchies and discriminatory practices of his time, advocating instead for a society based on respect, compassion, and the recognition of the Buddha nature within every individual. The heart of the Buddha's teachings is to respect the inherent dignity of all people, regardless of their circumstances or social standing. This commitment to equality and respect for human dignity has inspired Nichiren Buddhists throughout history to engage in various social and humanitarian endeavors, ranging from educational initiatives to environmental protection efforts and advocacy for human rights. The true purpose of Buddhist practice is not only personal spiritual growth but also the creation of value for society as a whole. Furthermore, Nichiren Buddhism emphasizes the importance of dialogue and mutual understanding as a means to overcome conflicts and establish lasting peace. Nichiren Daishonin's teachings encourage open and respectful dialogue, even with those who may hold differing beliefs or perspectives. Dialogue is not merely an exchange of words but a profound interaction of heart and spirit, a mutual sharing of feelings and experiences. By engaging in sincere dialogue and seeking to understand the perspectives of others, Nichiren Buddhists strive to bridge divides, foster mutual respect, and ultimately contribute to the creation of a harmonious and enlightened global society. In essence, the core teachings of Nichiren Buddhism go beyond personal spiritual cultivation and extend to the realm of societal transformation. By embracing the Lotus Sutra's teachings, chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and actively engaging in efforts to create value for society, Nichiren Buddhists strive to manifest their inherent Buddha nature and contribute to the establishment of a peaceful, harmonious, and enlightened world. The core teachings of Nichiren Buddhism are further enriched by the concept of Buddhist humanism, a philosophy that harmonizes the pursuit of personal spiritual growth with proactive engagement in addressing the social and humanitarian challenges of the world. Nichiren Daishonen's teachings emphasize the interconnectedness of all life and the belief that personal transformation is inextricably linked to societal transformation. This belief is encapsulated in the idea of establishing the correct teaching for the peace of the land, which underscores the importance of embracing the Lotus Sutra's teachings not only for individual enlightenment but also for the betterment of society as a whole. If you want to put an end to the sufferings of birth and death, you must first embrace the one essential teaching, the truth of the wonderful Dharma of the Lotus Sutra. Buddhist humanism, as expounded by Daisaku Ikeda, encourages Nichiren Buddhists to actively engage in addressing the pressing issues of their time, such as poverty, environmental degradation, human rights violations, and conflicts. By cultivating wisdom, compassion, and courage through their Buddhist practice, individuals can become agents of positive change, working towards the creation of a more just, sustainable, and peaceful world. Buddhism is a philosophy of human revolution, a philosophy that enables each individual to achieve their inherent human potential and to lead a life of true happiness and fulfillment. This philosophy of Buddhist humanism is rooted in the belief that all beings possess the inherent Buddha nature and that by manifesting this enlightened state, individuals can contribute to the betterment of society in tangible and meaningful ways. It rejects the notion of passive renunciation and instead encourages active engagement in addressing the challenges faced by humanity. True Buddhism is not a matter of mere theory or philosophy but a way of life that seeks to create value for the happiness and well-being of all people. Furthermore, Buddhist humanism emphasizes the importance of dialogue, mutual understanding, and respect for diverse perspectives. Nichiren Daishonen's teachings encourage open and sincere dialogue as a means to overcome conflicts, foster mutual respect, and ultimately contribute to the establishment of lasting peace and harmony. Dialogue is the cornerstone of peace and the foundation of a truly enlightened society. By embracing the principles of Buddhist humanism, Nichiren Buddhists strive to harmonize their personal spiritual growth with proactive engagement in addressing the social and humanitarian challenges of the world. This approach not only contributes to the betterment of society but also serves as a profound expression of the Lotus Sutra's teachings, demonstrating the interconnectedness of personal enlightenment and the creation of value for the happiness and well-being of all beings.